I was playing an extra on this one movie. I'm supposed to be the dead guy, so I tried method acting for a little while.
I just slit my throat right on set.
Worked like a charm.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
No hiccups at all. I was the best corpse there. And you're talking to like
Yeah, you're literally talking to God. It's like, yeah. So, why shouldn't I send you to hell? It's like, here's the thought process. The setup, if you will.
Think of the scene.
Highlight of my career.
Yahweh,
really.
come on. I know we're not supposed to say your name, but come on.
Guaranteed I'm famous down there right now.
Down where? Oh, yeah. I just thought you were saying hell.
Yeah. Like, down where? Like you're fucking interviewing me. It's like, oh,
interesting. This man just slit his throat.
I just logged into the conversation. I thought we were talking about Travis Scott.
Talking about method acting.
Yeah, we were. It evolved from Travis Scott. The 8 people dead were crisis actors.
The conspiracy theory.
Well, all
That's what
50,000 people in the audience were crisis actors.
Yeah,
but they chose to kill those
8 of them went above and beyond with the role. Really,
exactly. Method acting.
Who would ever go to a Travis Scott concert? That's really the answer to this. Like, really? Come on. How are they not all actors?
Honestly, true.
I've seen a lot of.
On a real note, that was fucked up.
Yeah,
it's still very fucked up.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
What's even more fucked up is people are turning it into like another satanic panic deal.
Yeah,
like,
that was the conspiracy that I was saying. So like apparently like in I don't know what fucking year, but like a while ago, maybe a couple decades or so, fucking Pearl Jam had a concert. And 8 people died there.
I'm only familiar with The Stand.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
People who watch JoJo are so cringe. Part 6 is gonna be so good.
Cringe. Continue.
Shut up, Alex.
Anyway, basically, there was so 8 people died in Pearl Jam, and there was like a bunch of imagery about like
isn't there like some like
8.
8 is Satan's number or something too?
Probably.
There's some weird.
Every number is
6
Satan's number.
3
you know what I mean?
is, 2 is,
19.
4 is in some cultures. Just pick one, bro.
Just stick with it.
Satan needs to pick one number. Yeah. He can't have the entire.
He can't have them all. He's hogging all the numbers.
I just want the audience to know I've connected 4 JoJo references during this exchange of conversation.
Nobody cares.
I think we talked about JoJo on maybe 5 podcasts now.
I know.
Wait, 5 out of 4? Or is this the
no, total. From the Plebcast archives.
Oh yeah, true. Okay. The redacted cast.
Well, I think the purpose of our podcast is to be more of a casual conversation type deal, but it's very clear what our interests are.
That's very true. I feel like we should go back into the old Plebcast, and instead of calling ourselves Plebcast, just call it redacted.
Redacted cast.
Yeah.
I mean,
only OGs who were there would know what we were originally
Well, we say it in the podcast. So.
If I'm able to clean up the audio, I would be able to post like a season 0 on Spotify as like an archival.
That would be sick.
But
yeah, that was all like pre like the old setup with one mic.
It's a long process. That's what 20 some episodes.
It's like 21, I believe. Maybe I think it's perfectly 20.
20.
Damn. We ran like almost 2 seasons. Yeah, maybe that could have been just 2 10-episode seasons. Maybe one of them went 9.
Season
what do you
get?
Yeah, 0 and -1, or maybe. We have a half season.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't want to be like one of those 20-episode anime. I want to have I want to be like a 12-episode anime season 1 and 2.
Keep it nice and short. Cut the fat.
Just like it's
there's a lot of
season.
fat in those.
There's a full arc.
There's a lot of fat.
What if we pull a One Piece?
Fuck you.
We should. Joe Rogan is the One Piece of podcasts.
Oh my god, he really is, dude.
He has like 1,000 some episodes.
Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, and Tim Pool did a podcast today.
Oh my god,
and it's like that is the nightmare blunt rotation.
It was ridiculous.
I didn't see it, nor did I
I saw
watch any clip
clips.
of it.
Yeah.
I can't really say anything above that, but it's just like those 3 together in one room talking about ivermectin. It's like, brother.
Oh no.
Give me a break. The top medical minds discuss new experimental medical treatments.
Did you see that shit that I think it was like Aaron Rodgers or some other baseball player? He literally he was on is he football? I don't even know.
John Madden.
John Madden.
He was on the news and he said he was being interviewed, or I think it was like SportsCenter or some shit, and they were talking to him about getting vaccinated because he didn't want to. He had already gotten COVID, so he was like, "Oh, I don't need to get vaccinated," or some shit like that. And then he said, I watched Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan had a good experience with ivermectin, so I'm gonna use ivermectin.
Bro.
That's like what he said.
What is ivermectin first and foremost?
It's like an anti-parasitic medication.
Oh,
for
and like
horses.
it hasn't. Well, they do dose it for humans too. But
do they?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
It's the but it is like.
And Joe Rogan's tried it?
There are people who do just get the horse one because they're
So it's
fucking
like
dumb.
ketamine.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Wait.
Wait,
What?
so Joe Rogan has done ivermectin?
A lot of them
he's
have.
microdosing it. Yeah.
He's microdosing it.
Well,
Okay.
according to him, I mean, he also, because he got COVID, he also got like the monoclonal antibodies or whatever, which is like a treatment for COVID that a lot of people get.
Okay.
And then I think he got something else as well. I forget what it's called, but the like he got like all the regular treatments and he did ivermectin on top of that, and he had like a speedy recovery. So I
What
mean,
the fuck?
and like the thing is just like Aaron Rodgers saying, like, citing Joe Rogan as like inspiration to
Yeah.
like not get vaccinated.
I mean,
Joe
like-
Rogan at all.
To be fair, with all the DMT he's done, like, what doesn't Joe Rogan know at this point?
True.
That
The
is
gods
that
told
is
him.
the real question.
Gods are anti-vax.
Yeah, the DMT aliens are like, do not take this vaccine.
It'll give you autism. It'll give you fucking autism.
Have you heard of 5G?
Dude, they are 5G, bro.
They're afraid of us entering their domain,
Yeah.
bro. So you have to do.
Then we should get vaccinated.
We should get vaccinated.
We gotta.
we gotta build 5G towers
What
everywhere.
if the vaccination is just a shot of DMT and they directly mainline it?
Yeah, you literally elevate your consciousness.
Yeah, dude, it'd be so surreal because like in the fucking the stadium or whatever that they did it at our university, like it was. Did you go there to get your vaccination? Yeah. Did you?
I
Yeah.
didn't. I went to literally like a fucking CVS
Yeah.
or some shit.
The it was really eerie. It was like set up like a bunch of chairs like just in rows, like sectioned off from one another, and it was just like, I don't know, it just felt like
It felt like more of a test subject
Yeah.
arena rather than.
'cause
I
you're
mean,
in, like-
obviously, people would love to hear me say that in like a very literal sense, but it wasn't actually like that. It just felt like it was kind of awkward.
yeah.
You guys are about to start Crab Game. Or Squid Game. My God.
Crab
I'm thinking-
Game.
I'm thinking of fucking Crab Game. Sorry. Oh my fucking God. I literally hate Crab Game. Sorry. But it's just.
I got tired of it. I thought it was
Very
fun for a
quickly.
while, but like the games are so repetitive and they just
Yeah, there just needed to be more engaging too. Also, because like I die and then it's like, well.
yeah, you just sit there forever. And there should be like a death thing. Like you
Yeah.
just fuck around.
Should be a betting system on who
Yeah.
you think's gonna win.
Yeah, like you
afterwards.
turn into like the VIPs.
That would be cool.
Yeah, you get to use your money that's cashed from all your wins, and then
Oh,
you get
yeah.
to bet on people. That
That'd be
would be
cool.
fucking cool.
But then they gotta like introduce like skins and fucking
That's fine.
shit.
That'll just be
Like,
more. It's a cash flow for them.
Honestly,
Like,
I
they do
feel
that anyways.
I feel like just the betting system, even if you add it in like with no profit, it just gives you something to do. It'll be. That means that the host will be less likely to leave when they die too.
True.
Dude, yeah,
That shit is so annoying.
when we were playing and the host kept kicking me because I kept pushing him off the tower, like, bro,
I
They're
mean,
so
to be fair, they're
salty.
all like literally 4.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, but after you got kicked, it was me and him in a 1v1, and I was running away, and I was like standing on top of this wall, and he couldn't get me, and then he just fucking kicked me. too.
Banned.
Like it's fucked up.
it's honestly really funny though because that game reminded me of the pure chaos of
Dude,
MW2
There's
lobbies.
so many racial slurs.
Oh, I know, you
all
joined
the
Oh my
time.
God,
It's
dude.
like it's insane. People are insane.
That's what harkened me back. I was
Yeah.
like, yes, the good days.
Especially Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a big gamer word.
Yeah,
Just
Call of-
reduce the quality of the mics, and you're just like flashback PTSD. You're in the trenches again.
the creator made that game in like a couple days, right?
Yeah, I follow
Yeah.
that creator on YouTube, and he documents the whole process of creating the game too. So if you guys want to see how it was made and just like as some like dumb shit, or like his design
funny guy?
process, he from what I remember, because I last watched it when he made not Muck. It was this
Did
one.
he make Totally Accurate Battle Simulator?
No,
No, that's a different story.
there was this one like webs basically like the best action game you could think of. Like you got like really cool wall running and shit. It was called Karlson,
Soy.
and Yeah, I just saw the whole build process of Karlson, which is a really cool and actually neat game that he's made that you guys should check out.
All right.
Is it a single player game?
Karlson, I think it is single player, but it's like think of it like a challenge run kind of thing, like run essentially,
or Run 2.
Severed Steel.
Yeah. Or also that one.
Dude,
that
Severed Steel was sick.
What's that one fucking game where you only have like one arm and you're like free running all the place? We played the demo for it. Remember?
You have one arm and you're free running.
Yeah, it was like real neon and shit. You had to. It was like a super hot but Mirror's Edge.
Wasn't that Severed Steel?
Was it Severed Steel?
I thought so. Yeah, because it's super neon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're talking about something. Okay.
It's a good ass game. If
good
you
ass
game.
It.
I have not played it. So
I only played the demo. Honestly, I should buy it, but it's like I played the fuck out of the demo. Speaking of games, did you guys play Halo Infinite at all?
I did. I thought the netcode was shit.
The netcode was shit?
Yeah, like you just have like really weird games where people are lagging, but it's not. And it's
I felt a little bit of lag. I don't know. Because I didn't have the drivers installed the first time I played it. And then I downloaded the drivers and it was way smoother.
I did update my drivers like yesterday, so I need to try it.
But I honestly think it's a lot of fun.
It's performed about mid for me. Like I expect Halo in a new direction to be exactly like this.
Yeah,
it's within expectations.
Yeah, I think it's a good direction, at least for the multiplayer. I don't know anything about the campaign.
Supposedly the campaign was good. It got leaked.
Oh really? I think I don't know. I think it's weird because it's supposedly open world. It's like and it's I think it follows like the Far Cry formula.
Okay,
where there's like these bases that you like take over.
Really,
I'm pretty
kind of feel
I
feel like if anything they should have taken like the designer route.
Yeah, like where it's
like pseudo open world. You have the map, you have the area.
I could see that. Yeah, I feel weird about it because it's just like
you can have a hub world like that shit too, and then you go off to other shit.
Well, it may end up being pretty good, like the exceeding expectations that you kind of wanted. If it's something new, it's either going to be bad or good.
Yeah, it might draw a lot of people to it that weren't necessarily Halo fans before that like that Far Cry formula. I mean, I think the Far Cry shit is fun, but like it definitely gets old. Like if it's not like, if it's not done well. But I think the mechanics in Halo are fun.
I just hope it isn't handled like Shadow of Mordor shit. That's all.
Wait, what was wrong with Shadow of Mordor?
It's just like it's slow and you feel really disconnected from the progression of the story. Like with Shadow of Mordor, I feel like I didn't give a shit about the story whatsoever until the end. And I was like, okay, I see how this shit wraps up.
That might be. I think Shadow of War did better though. The second one.
The second one, yeah. The second one definitely did better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still hate just like locked progression. So I hope they don't.
Was it locked in that game?
It kind of is. Like in order to get like the true ending, you had to do 100% of the fucking game or whatever. But like that's like Halo completed game on Legendary. You see a new cutscene at the end.
Right.
So
it's just like
kind
an
of a
Easter
staple at that point.
Because you get an ending. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah. I still enjoy multiplayer. Yeah. I do have a problem with the special weapons though. They all kind of suck dick
in Halo.
Yeah. Like it's just like. Okay, you got.
There are some that fucking kick ass. All the shotties.
Literally,
I
just
nuts.
picked up the fucking Magnum.
The Magnums are good.
Or the fucking what was it called? Like it wasn't the Mauler. No, it was the.
Was it like electric? I don't know what it's called.
Oh, you're talking about the Disruptor, man.
That shit rips,
dude. It's like a fucking boosted plasma pistol.
Yeah,
it's so good.
You have to play it.
I haven't been able to play it yet. Although I haven't been a huge Halo fan, but since the Master Chief Collection came out, I've been wanting to play it more. Mm-hmm. Like I see the appeal of Halo because I was a PlayStation player.
Yeah.
So now having access to Halo, I'm like, yeah, Halo's pretty cool. So seeing Halo Infinite come out, I'm like, I'm probably gonna get it. I just haven't had the opportunity to. Isn't it free?
Yeah. The multiplayer will always be free. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's what's it called? I don't know. I like the changes that were made to the gameplay personally, because like I think the old Halos were like honestly slow as fuck. Like the because there was like no active sprint that you had. Like in Reach there was like a special
they had
that
it more
you could
towards
pick
the later games.
Yeah, in Reach, right? Yeah. And 4, I guess.
No, I mean not as abilities, but like an actual sprint in the game. It started being
that was only in like 4 and 5. Though,
yeah,
yeah. when 343 took over, right? I did play any of 4 or 5. So actually, I don't know what the changes made from those are, but like seeing it from like Halo Reach to this, I think I like it. I like the changes.
Low key, I miss like the old Halo gameplay where it was more like CS:GO but floaty.
It was really floaty.
Yeah, literally, it feels like Space Marines jumping around. Superman style.
It feels like a fucking trampoline park sometimes, though. Like you're all just jumping around. Where I feel like in
all the
in the new Halo, there's like more movement. Like you could slide, you could jump, you could just run. You know what I mean?
All the weapons in the old games felt more proper, though. I feel like they've always like
they nerfed the gravity hammer and the energy sword. Like the range.
I kept getting
smaller.
fucking killed by this one dude with the energy sword. I kept trying to do the one thing where if you time your melee attack with the energy sword, you can deflect it. And the shit doesn't work. Maybe I'm missing the timing, but I don't think it's a thing.
Maybe you're
I didn't
molding.
know that was a thing. Huh?
Maybe you're molding.
True.
I am seething,
Yeah.
and perhaps even trying to cope.
Only
Doesn't
trying.
sound like you're
You're not
coping.
succeeding.
Yeah, I'll probably start playing it. You said
We should play it together.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we
You-
should.
You said it was like a trampoline park.
In like I'm talking about the older ones,
Yeah.
because it's
Oh.
like because there was no sprint or anything, so it's like if you want to evade someone, like moving to the left and right is not really doing anything.
Yeah.
You have to jump.
Imagine how Valorant plays, but like reduce the gravity by like 75, like to 0.75,
And increase the time to kill by fucking 3
Okay.
or 2.
Yeah, because
Interesting.
you have shields.
Yeah.
You have Dune shields.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Oh yeah, you.
Oh yeah, you didn't. Oh fuck, we should have honestly just invited him.
yeah.
Like,
I didn't want
know-
a fifth wheel.
Yeah, I know,
You'd
but
be
like
fifth wheeling.
Yeah.
to be fair, we're all like friends anyways. I don't think it would
Yeah,
like matter.
that's true.
We're all just like casually around each other most of the time anyways.
That's true.
Anyways,
Should have
the,
brought Michael as a date.
Could have.
Yeah, you could have. Alex and I went on a double date to see Dune with our girlfriends, and
Dune is such a good movie.
I know,
I fucking love Dune.
I think my thoughts on it can be summed up in the fact that I don't like sci-fi movies, but this is like the first one where I was like kind of
You don't
nerding
like
out.
sci-fi movies?
Well, I feel like it's not the fact that I don't like sci-fi movies in general. It's that I haven't seen one that I
You found really
particularly
compelling.
enjoy.
As
Yeah.
someone who enjoys sci-fi movies, this has been the first time in a very, very long time that there's been a good sci-fi movie that isn't mainstream franchise like Star Wars or Star Trek.
or like a reboot.
Yeah, or like Aliens.
Well,
or
I
some
guess
shit.
Dune is a reboot.
Dune is a
essentially.
reboot. From,
Was there an old movie?
There is an old movie. Old movies are good. They're very very
You saw them?
fucking yeah. I saw them.
How many
I saw
are
them
there?
when I was younger,
Yeah.
and I need to rewatch them because my dad has them.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I'm gonna rewatch those. You guys should come over and we should watch the old movies.
You did
Yeah,
that.
sure. I'd be down to see what the old perspective was like on the book. I'm also reading the book now to see the
Oh,
rest
yeah.
of the story before
Really?
the second half of the
Yeah,
movie
You
comes
read
out.
the book, right?
Yeah, I did. I read the
Wait-
book back in like high school, so like all the names forgotten, but I know
Does
story events.
does the movie cover like from start to finish the book?
It's,
The first one? Because aren't there multiple books?
There's about 6 books. The movie that came out recently covers the first half of the first book.
Oh,
Yeah.
the first half of the first book.
because never mind. I'm not even gonna say anything because you're gonna watch it,
Yeah,
and when you
I'll probably
do,
watch it.
I want to watch it again.
Is it still in theaters?
Yeah, it is. It's also free on HBO Max, I believe.
Oh shit!
Interesting.
But I will say, unless you have like a home studio setup, I would not recommend seeing the movie then as your first time.
Yeah,
I feel like this is a theater experience. Actually, I don't say that very often for movies, but like Hereditary and fucking Dune are like two
Into
of the
the
movies you need to
Spider-Verse, I
see.
think, too.
Really, I didn't see that one in theaters, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think the animation in that was just so sick. But the what's it called? There's just like I think there's a big value. No, maybe not a big value, but I think there's the experience is way different when you're watching in a theater versus in your own fucking like house or whatever. If you just
Yeah.
have like a shitty TV on your stand or whatever. Like
My
I do.
dad does have or at least he has speakers for like a home theater kind of thing. So we could potentially
get some bass.
get some bussing it going on.
Let's go.
Not to mention, like my neighbors sometimes at like 5 a.m. they're just doing shit. So like I
Doing it.
no, just like like music is like playing. It's just fucking annoying and loud.
They're going off at all times.
How
of the
old
day.
are they?
Dude, it's like a middle-aged neighborhood.
Mm.
And like this
Only
shit's-
middle-aged people can live here.
It pretty much is.
No,
though.
yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's all just families that have grown
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Damn, that's fucked up.
But yeah, like so I don't care if like volume's turned up.
In the theaters, it was really nice seeing Dune because the ambience of it was like you got the sense of the totality of whatever scene was happening. Like when there was a big gunfight scene, or I guess there's no guns in the movie.
Spoilers.
There's
We're talking
spoilers. There's no guns.
Don't they fight with heroin or something?
about no, you're thinking of China.
Oh my god.
We fought China with heroin.
That's
I thought
that's
that was
opium.
Yeah, I
Get
thought
it
that was
right.
Britain.
right.
It was Britain.
Yeah,
We probably had
we're
our hand.
pretty much close cousins.
we've done it to another country.
Yeah. Shout out Afghanistan.
Shout out everyone we literally destroyed. But yeah, Dune. It's like the whole scale of the desert when you see it in its grand scale. You hear like basically nothing but the sand and wind blowing. Or it's like when the sandworms come and you hear the distant rumbling. And like with the battles, you hear distant explosions and people shooting, not shooting guns. Well, I guess ships and shit shooting guns, dropping bombs. Like it feels much more grand when you're seeing it in the theaters because you hear everything around you. You feel because of the bass of the movie theater
Yeah.
speakers.
Feel it in your chest, bruv.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god. I was being genuine when I tweeted out that I was like I want to bad trip while listening to the Dune soundtrack.
Dude, the Dune soundtrack is so good.
I would love to just go out into the plains somewhere while it's snowing around here and then just like
Dissolve.
learn how to sand walk.
Yeah, doing the foot movement with the half moon, you slide to the left. Yeah, that shit. It's super cool.
Yeah. Not to mention the passive storytelling in this, like how they build the narrative of the world in the movie, like in the movie tricks that they do to inform the watcher of shit. So fucking clean, dude.
Nice and subtle.
Yeah, all their narrative elements are just like seamlessly transition. Like you don't need to know the fucking 8 books prelude and read the wiki of every plant in the fucking universe. It's just like it tells you of things that are important. It's so good.
I gotta see this movie.
Starting the book, the movie adaptation is not a 1-to-1.
No,
Yeah.
it's not
Storyline.
1-to-1, but it's very well done.
It's
I'd
very
say.
well done in the sense of a movie, where it's like if you, for me, having not seen or heard about Dune before, well,
Yeah.
I heard about Dune, but having no idea what Dune is or like what it's about beforehand, it made what Alex was saying. It was a very good job of representing the information that you previously wouldn't have known in a way that's very compelling.
Not to mention, like, they say that they want to have a director's cut version that's 5 hours long.
Holy
Bro.
fuck. What the fuck?
Honestly, they do kind of need it. There's a lot of shit that they just go through.
Dude, fucking
Really?
2.5 hours is not enough time for this movie. And it was so well done, I'd be okay watching 5 hours.
Yeah, I know. Especially Hans Zimmer with
Oh
the.
my god, dude.
Wait, Hans Zimmer made
Yeah.
the soundtrack?
Hans Zimmer is
Absolutely.
Why the fuck didn't you say that earlier? You bastard.
Dude, Hans Zimmer making sand tracks is fucking awesome, dude.
Hans, you gotta make the sand track, bro. He's like, oh, sand type beat. I
Make
got
that shit sandy, bro.
Add some more dust into that shit.
Apparently, Hans Zimmer turned down a different movie offer because writing the soundtrack for Dune is one of his dreams. So, like, he actually wanted to write the fucking soundtrack for this movie. So it's like, I felt so fucking
That's some passion right
You're
there.
geeked
wrong,
out.
dude. I'm so geeked out.
He also made a series of ambience for the movie, so he has 2
Yeah,
albums.
he has
on
literally
Spotify.
2 albums on. It's
That's
so
for the director's
fucking
cut.
good. I hope so, dude.
I think it's just random ambience for the
Yeah.
movies and such.
B-sides.
Yeah,
or
it's
like
like
they were in
Foley
the-
and
But
shit.
But
okay.
also the fact that he like fully encapsulated the movie with, you know, like basically like cherry picking every fucking song for each scene used. That's fucking awesome because it keeps a musical coherency throughout the entire movie as well.
Yeah.
That's good. There's like what's it called? Like when soundtracks, when you're allowed when like the artist is allowed to like, you know, see the progression of the movie and build the soundtrack upon that, like that's how it fucking comes out to be a
that's
good
literally
ass
how like
soundtrack.
sometimes songs feel like stories and shit, you know?
Because it lines up with shit in the scene and everything.
It's great.
It makes me feel really nice inside.
It makes me want to go to a desert and have heat stroke. It makes me want to die on an alien planet.
Dude, that would be epic. That would be so sick.
Like hold on. This isn't really a spoiler, but the entire planet is made of spice. And spice is a highly...
That feels like a big spoiler.
No, it's like
you
the
learn it
first
very
thing.
literally
Oh,
first
okay,
thing. That's
alright.
the whole reason they...
It's basically the biggest political plot point in the entire movie, and they establish it in
like
the first,
immediately. First
30 seconds.
easily. But yeah, like the whole planet is spice, and it's a highly potent psychedelic.
I know a bit of the plot. from
They're
the
just like huffing DMT,
Yeah.
like constantly.
Yeah, when he's in the tent, I won't go too much in detail for Anthony and everyone else listening, but the scene where he's in the tent and he's like, you know the scene I'm talking about.
Yeah,
the
I do,
people
yeah.
that I'm, or the people who've seen it know what I'm referring to.
People at home.
Yeah, the people at home. Yeah, that scene's really funny. It's just kind of hilarious to be like, you see spice in the air, and he's just like, oh god.
Like immediately bad trip, sees the nth entity.
Dude, I mean, if you're just walking and then you start tripping, I think I would feel the same way.
Also, this is more of a positive for the entire Dune book and the world building. But it's just so well done. It's so diverse because of the different planets, and it's like people's cultures are based around the planets that.
Oh, that's actually sick.
And because Dune is a fucking total desert planet, a lot of the, it's like a lot of the people that live there are very attuned
Sandy
to
culture.
Yeah, it's very, but it's not like just generic, like Middle Eastern culture.
Yeah.
It's not like a representation of Middle
Yeah.
Eastern culture that we
Like
have today.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of like compare the overall world building of Dune, like the political side of it at least, like the involved parties. It's kind of like a more coherent and better Game of Thrones. That's a hot take I'm going to throw out
I've
there.
seen Game of Thrones, but I'm
big
going to agree.
Me neither, but I'm right behind you, Alex.
I haven't seen either.
But yeah, like Game of Thrones is like there's a lot of different involved parties, and I feel like Dune, probably being the originator of this, maybe Game of Thrones took inspiration from Dune. In which case, you know, you still did a very good job with the, you know,
Different
encapsulating
houses
it.
and such.
But Dune just probably does it better. Still, like you can't
Dune
surpass.
did it better.
You can't surpass it.
It was very well done, and
His son took over writing the series after he died. Did you know that?
yeah, Tyler talked to me about something like that, but he had a little footnote that said there was something specific about it. Either it wasn't that good, or like he wasn't able to finish properly.
Yeah, I'm really worried about like reading up until the son's books because
That's like a hard mantle to take.
yeah,
Definitely.
like especially with like the fucking manga artists who are dying and like other people learning their art style. It's like I need you to at least study your dad's writing style to know what he's fucking.
You need
doing.
to do like a 10-year apprenticeship with this dude to even capture the emotion.
Because it's just like I don't want to feel disconnected. I really don't. I know he left behind notes for the last book 7, which is written by the son.
Where he wanted to go.
Yeah, but it's just like I can't trust it. I've got to be
It's
honest.
sus.
Honestly,
sus.
if I end up reading that far into the series and it turns out to be just mid, I would
they
be satisfied,
mega
to be
books?
honest.
Yeah,
Not super long.
especially if you have like 6 books that are all really good and establish a lot of good shit. I only knew back in high school. I only knew 2 books existed. I didn't bother looking into it deeper than that. It's like Dune, Messiah.
Dune, Dr. Seuss.
And honestly, I think, you know, if you give the son a chance, you know, maybe the first book is mediocre.
I'm still
and then the
gonna
second
read
one
it.
is- no, I know. I'm just saying maybe the first book is like kind of mid, and then second book is like high mid, you know, and then maybe it gets better and better. Who
I hope
knows?
so. I hope so.
That's the ideal, right?
What if it's better?
That would be insane.
I mean, it'd
That would
be
be crazy.
an honor to his father's memory to surpass his writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And then he
true.
can shit on his grave. Let's go.
Why are you fucking shitting here again, man?
Hey, I'm shitting you.
Bro,
Bruh.
you come here every week and fucking shit in your dad's grave. What the hell?
like
He
groundskeeper.
fucking deserves it, bro. I don't know why I'm British.
I hate Dune.
Oi, Google, what's the fucking podcast going on?
What's the podcast going on?
What question is that?
He's an empty husk of a man now.
It's all right.
His
We're,
soul is
It's
left.
all right.
for today, we're gonna be your podcast host for tonight. We're the Null
Today for
thought.
tonight.
Yeah, whatever. You know, it's just some fun.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Alex.
I'm Zane.
You already said this in Null Thought podcast.
Oh,
What?
never mind. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I want to get more of our guests on. More of our guests, as in our friends, on.
More of our guests. We just call them guests in real life.
We don't know them beforehand.
True. We should.
We just role play and say
We
that
should
we
get
don't
Michael
know them.
back on and
Yeah.
get him.
We
to,
should get his fucking dream journal.
Yeah,
Have him
that's-
start writing his dream
That's a
journal.
deep cut.
Yeah, I can mention it
That's
to
from
him.
like episode like 5. Dude.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten him back with this dream journal.
Yeah, that's deep lore. We had Michael on the podcast maybe 2 years ago at this point in one of our very early shitty podcasts. And he discussed his dream journal that he had. I think all of us keep some sort of.
He's
dream
lying
journal,
until
right?
he's
I don't.
proven that he has it.
Oh, okay. I also keep one, so we can discuss mine as well.
Aw.
I
It's fun.
text my girlfriend my dreams because just like I'm like check this shit out.
This was insane.
I immediately go to my notes page if I remember anything by the time I wake up, because I want to get as much information down as possible.
Yeah. I don't know. All I do is like I wake up and I like reflect on the dream that I just had for like 10 seconds, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go back to bed.
You guys ever have a dream that's just one of those where you wake up and sit on the edge of your bed and you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
You're just like, you have to get sucked back into reality.
Dude, have you guys ever been able to re-enter dreams?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, I
right.
have.
The other
if I
day-
go to sleep right after,
Yeah.
like I can do it.
The other day, I was like I woke up like 3 or 4 times and I was stuck in the same dream every time I went back to bed.
That would feel awful
I was
after
like,
the third time.
holy fuck, where am I?
You still are. Wake up.
No,
Wake up.
wait.
Wake up, Anthony.
I'm getting deja vu.
He just passes out.
I'm like hyperventilating.
Wait, he actually dematerializes. Like,
Like,
I'm not supposed to be in this timeline.
you just hear the mic drop. I haven't had one of those dreams in a while, but they're always one of those dreams where I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
I still remember like bits and pieces of a dream that I had. Like I only remember because I told Anaya it, and it was like a year ago. And the only bit right now that I remember is that I was in a library, and the entire library was like a cult.
A cult.
Yeah, like
kind?
like a cult.
Yeah, what kind of cult?
I don't know, just like the weird, shifty kind, too too nice. They're all trying to get you to do a thing.
Oh, like Mormons.
How'd you know they were in a cult?
Because it's just like what my
Oh,
brain.
you knew. You already knew.
Yeah, I like.
Or you were paranoid. You were paranoid in your dream. They were all normal people, and you were just projecting.
Well, I mean,
You're
they
in a
started
cult.
chasing after me
You're
at some
in a
point.
cult.
So
You
it's
were the
like,
Mormon.
I was the Mormon.
I was the Mormon all along.
I
what
haven't had
was me?
experience with cults and shit in my dreams, but
It's
You,
like
you haven't had a cult sacrifice dream?
well,
Well, now that I think about it. Yeah.
I usually save that until after lunch.
my afternoon nap.
Time for my cult dream. As an adult, have you guys had nightmares recently?
Yes.
I
don't
feel
think
like
so.
I don't have nightmares anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's
I
something
guess
that
I'm
makes
just
me
young.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm just a young, dumb, afraid kid, you know?
I guess I'm just too edgy for you.
Yeah, I think I'm just too strong-willed in my brain.
I
you know?
simply do not have negative
As an
thoughts.
adult, I'm done dreaming.
I'm post cringe.
Dude, when Tyler said that.
That's gonna be a highlight. I can already see that going in like
I'm
a
post
best
cringe.
of.
Best of 2021 of our 2 podcasts.
I'll probably edit some sort of like a compilation of funny moments, just to consolidate.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I can re-listen all the fucking podcast moments and
Collect the clips.
it'll probably
the
be
clips
every
of
10 episodes or so. I'll just compile a bunch. So on 10th episode, it'll be a bonus upload.
best
Don't
of
promise
season
anything.
1.
I'm gonna do it. I mean, I've already had things picked out in my head, so
Oh, really?
and I know which podcast they're from, so I can
Yeah.
just go back and select the timestamp for them.
Drew.
That's fair.
Drew.
But yeah, I haven't had like any advanced nightmares recently. Mostly they're just well, yeah, because it's.
I've only had intermediate nightmares. Actually,
Well, you remember the nightmares of being a kid, where like you're so fucking scared. You don't wake up super scared, but in the dream
You're in,
you
like, a
remember
cold
the
sweat.
fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you don't really have that anymore unless there's something truly traumatic in your life, which
Yeah.
I guess I'm fortunate enough to not have anything very explicit like that.
I've had like weird dreams that are like borderline creepy, but not like nightmares. Like I wasn't like super scared. I was just like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
What am I looking at right now?
I've been in the same kind of boat where it's just something that makes me uncomfortable or something that I don't want to dream about again, but it's nothing to make me wake up in a cold sweat, like you said.
I think I've cracked the code. It's like
I only have nightmares.
no, it's like it is very easy for me to like overheat and sweat while I'm sleeping. Like
Dude, I
and
sweat
that-
so much.
I
sometimes.
feel like every time I sleep with too many layers,
Yeah.
I start sweating and then I have a nightmare.
I actually wore pants for the first time going to bed the other
How'd
day.
that go?
And I felt uncomfortable. I had an uncomfortable dream. That's what made me bring this up, because I
can't-
was like, oh, is it my pants?
Like, yo, imagine sleeping with socks. I'd have a nightmare, like, instantly. Like, really, just get off my feet! Get off my feet!
Alex is like writhing in pain in his bed, and we're like, we just take his socks off, and he's like,
Oh my god.
The color returns to my face. Not pale white.
there's a visible smile on your face.
We saved him.
Yeah,
The sweat drips down.
a tear.
Dude, what do you guys think about that metaverse shit?
What?
That did you not hear about that?
No,
Facebook?
I'm like
Yeah.
the most uninformed.
Super dumb, by
Yeah.
the way.
I think it's like the first step towards like Ready Player One, Wall-E type
Oh,
shit.
yo, it's that shit that PlayStation 3 tried to do, like with their PlayStation Home. Like,
Was that VR?
it wasn't VR, but it was essentially like the same kind of concept, just not VR.
Well, they're trying to do like I think their own VR chat essentially, like Facebook, like but it's like supposed to be more in tune, like like they want to get like business partners.
I'm
so
saying
they're
it's
doing,
more like the PlayStation 3 thing because it's gonna crash and fail instantly, and they're gonna
Maybe.
take it down.
I mean,
I fucking hope so. That's
Yeah.
dystopic as fuck.
it is. It really does feel like it because like it just like
Imagine going home and plugging into your
Yeah.
fucking headset. It's like, well, honey,
I
I'm
gotta get to
home.
work.
time to turn off for the day.
In
There was-
reality, you're just a dude like hooked up to a feeding tube in like this
Dude,
mobile
that is my
suit.
dream. Oh my god.
I want only Soylent injected into my veins inside of the VR.
That is like a
Honey, come get your soy. Just like,
Like from a guinea
chug-
pig.
Yeah.
there.
You have a dribbler of Soylent.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
I mean, that is like a real like apocalypse scenario sketch that was done by like some comic strip. But the whole, I think I've talked about it on the podcast before. But the whole thing is that like basically technology takes over, and like it has been determined that the best way to live is that you are essentially like fed all the nutrients you need, your body is like stimulated and stuff, but you're actually just fed like straight up dopamine, like a constant stream of it. And
Hell yeah, brother.
it's there to keep you constantly happy, so no matter what condition you're in, it's a fucking great time
Yeah.
and you're living life. But the reality is that you're just literally there.
Isn't that the
living.
Matrix,
Uh,
basically? Or
Kind of like the Matrix, not
very
really,
yeah.
but like
it's kind of like the Matrix, but actually not at all like the Matrix.
because like the whole idea of the Matrix is that like humanity is like put in this Matryoshka brain, and that's pretty much it. But like
Yeah.
this is you're literally just there happy kind of thing. Like it's made to be more literally desperate than it is.
There was a crypto bro I saw talking on Twitter.
Crypto, bro.
Talking about the future of like job applications and stuff.
I
It's
just
very-
imagine the meme of that buff guy at the computer. It's like crypto, bro.
It's the opposite.
I'm gonna-
because the what?
No, I'm just saying I'm gonna turn my job application into a fucking NFT, bro.
No, that's what he was saying. He was saying
Really?
that people were going. It's like the future of blockchain technology was that people would upload their own proficiencies and skills into the blockchain, and companies would be able to automatically view and like discern who is good for the job and not. Which I think is super dystopic because you're not actually meeting with anybody. Who's
it takes away the whole like interpersonal aspect.
Yeah, and it makes it way more robotic, especially in the sense where if you don't have any applications, it's like it's also used for whitelisting and blackballing.
Right.
I imagine it wouldn't be that easy. I think it'd be like you have your skills and proficiencies, and then you still go to an interview, but it might be used to easier find you.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, personal skills are really important to your job in the first place. So it's like, I don't know.
They have a ranking for that. They have a proficiency for that.
Yeah?
It's your interpersonal coefficient.
Yeah, the interview is like, do you have a 14 or above on your charisma?
That's
Roll me a d20 right now.
That's essentially exactly what this crypto bro was talking about because
That's wild.
It's also super dystopic, which is kind of like
I hope it kind of
relates to
nat 20s.
Well, it's based on who you are now. It's not based on like a metaverse character. It's based on like your ranking as a human. The blockchain.
It's blockchain determines.
Machine learning.
It's what you've done in your life essentially, and which means you can improve it. But if you have any sort of like negative trait or anything like that, everyone is able to see that, and it's like that's super fucked up.
Yeah, I also feel like this is like a precursor to like social credit system. Essentially.
Yeah, that's eventually what
Minus
it was going to get at.
social credit.
It's like it's one of those ideas that's way too close to that kind of idea, where it's just a thin line from being a social credit system, which I think is completely dumb. I mean, I think the way companies kind of select people now is already super dismissive because they'll just completely eradicate.
The thing is, we can get by because there's enough human error in that system. If we introduce like a blockchain,
we can
thing,
lie.
Yeah, we have the ability to improve ourselves after we get the job, rather than just be determined whether or not you're fit for it or not.
I feel like with something like that, you'd be hyper selecting for people who are like the upper echelon.
Yeah, like qualified and stuff. You entirely neglect the people who are just good learners. Mm-hmm. Like, even if the blockchain were like to go through your education,
it'll probably
your
rank
GPA
your IQ,
and stuff like that, rank your IQ, it's just like, well, that's not necessarily how adaptive you are. It's just like, I don't know. People have different inclinations to different skills. Some people aren't necessarily smart, but they're good with their hands, and therefore then they learn through that method. You know, it's just
they learn through fingering.
Yeah,
exactly.
Practice
every musician. You learn through fingering.
Sure. You're trying to get a Tinder date, and you have to look up their
check up your blockchain for your date.
Yeah, how good are you at fingering? I gotta look up on I gotta look up your NFT real quick. Your NFT resume.
Yeah, your sexual like it's like the fucking what's the BDSM chart?
Yeah. It's like Google Doc full of your fucking BDSM profile.
Spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's one of those ideas that's good in theory, but in practice, everyone knows it's not going to go well because it's going to screw over so many people. It's like it's only good for the people who have it all.
True.
And it's going to severely backfire in people who.
I wonder how many
continue to
rich
advocate
people
for it.
will fall down in the system.
Probably. I mean, the thing is, they have so much money, it doesn't matter because they can just
they're
pay
the ones hiring it.
Yeah, they're probably the one that's like administering the system because they're going to be the ones who don't have any sort of input inside of the system at all, or they can curate their own, I guess, personification of themselves inside the blockchain.
The I feel like what's it called? Like, because they were. I don't even know what I was gonna say.
Lame.
Yeah.
Just agree with me.
True.
So how about that new Binding of Isaac update?
The one that came out in March. I have a love-hate relationship with The Binding of Isaac because it's a game that I've spent a majority of it's probably my most played game on Steam. And it's just one of those games I always come back to.
Well, I'm talking about the update that changed like Cain and all Tainted Cain.
Oh, like the newest?
Stuff. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they had a big update that came out as like the final update in March and added a whole bunch of new alternates for characters that changed how the game, like the character was played. Mm-hmm. So like instead of having this mechanic, it would be like an alternate warped version of that mechanic where it's either really fun or really fucking hard. Like for example, there's a character called the Lost, which you have one. It's like it's a
one free hit.
Yeah, it's a dungeon crawler type game. So every room that you go into, you get. You start with an item that gives you one hit per room that you go into. So once you clear the room, go to the next room, you'll be able to regain that hit.
Okay.
So once you get hit, you can basically only get hit twice in a room.
Yeah, one chance every life.
That character's alternate version is that he has no hits per room. But he starts with a better like damage multiplier, and it basically makes it easier for you to actually deal damage and such. So it's a bit of a trade-off, and he has other nuanced abilities once you like understand the game a little bit better. But shit like that. So with the character Kane, his base character is basically nothing. It's just a character that starts with a different set of items.
Isaac.
Yeah. A couple of the first characters that you unlock are like that. Just small variations. But with the what?
Small variations, manlets?
Yeah,
Okay.
small variations. So then this alternate character has a completely different mechanic called the bag of crafting, which you could literally win the entire run from the very first floor because you just find 2 or like 3 of these specific items and you get infinite damage, essentially.
Jesus Christ. Just stack that shit.
Yeah, and because of the Binding of Isaac's nature as being a highly randomized game, it's like you can just re-roll the run until you get something that's good,
Right.
until you get that infinite damage, and then you can just... There's also another item in the game called the R key that can just reset the entire run, so you can keep doing all these accomplishments in
with
one
your
run.
items.
Yeah. You
Not
just
gonna lie,
keep
bro.
everything.
You sound kind of obsessed with this game. You hate it, but you love it.
I have about like 700 hours on this game.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Well, I think I could... if I were
Are you
to
talking about like all overall Binding of Isaac shit?
Yeah,
is
not recently.
Yeah.
I've been playing this game since 2014.
Yeah. On the fucking high school MacBooks?
No,
Yeah.
on my own computer.
I played it on the MacBooks. Dude.
I did
that was when
too.
I played it.
That was the only game I played besides like Run 2.
Dude, Run 2 is so based. It's such a good
Cool,
game.
shout out Cool Math Games.
Dude. If we could get sponsored by Cool Math Games, I think that would be my dream.
That
Oh
would
my
be
god,
huge.
dude.
That would be
Are they
bags, bro.
We can do run speed runs.
Run speedrun.
like fucking what's the one like new speed running YouTube channel where it's just a bunch of
I have no
speedrunners who
clue.
just get together and shit. It's like Easy Speezy is on there.
His name is Easy Speezy.
Yeah,
I'm not
he's a
part of the
relatively-
speedrunning community.
He's like a relatively new speedrunner. The whole thing is that he just learns the speedruns and tries to get on the leaderboard of like these really weird, obscure games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's like trying to get himself on like
I
all the
get it. Easy
leaderboards kind of.
speed,
Yeah.
okay. Dude, do you guys watch like video essays?
Yeah,
Like movies
that's
and
basically
shit?
all I watch before I
Dude.
go to bed.
Do you watch Pyrocynical?
Yeah.
Have you seen his most recent
The 7 hour
7
long
video?
No, I haven't.
I watched it, and it's actually so good.
What
He's
is
good
it?
at doing them.
Huh?
Wait, what is it about?
It's about this show called Utopia. So the title is the best and worst show you've ever seen, and it's a 7-hour breakdown of the show called Utopia. And it was first released in the UK, and they had 2 seasons that were like really fucking good. And Pyro is like soying over it the whole time, and it's a certified soy.
The
you
act
know?
of sewing.
Yeah, the act of soy. He, she, we, soy. You know. Anyway,
Yo, he, she, we, yo, soy,
yo, soy.
My pronouns are yo and soy.
yo, soy.
But basically, oh yeah, he was breaking it down, and like the British one is super good and has like really good like plot development, and then he shows the American one because America did a reboot like on Amazon
Uh-oh.
or some shit, and it's just like it's so shit. And I recently finished it, and it was such.
Did you
a good
watch
video.
the show, the British?
No, I
show?
didn't watch the show. Apparently, it's really hard to find the show. I want to watch the show now because it looks fucking phenomenal.
It'll resurface now that Pyrocynical's made that
Probably.
video.
It's gotten like a fuck ton of views. I think it's like 5 million.
Pyrocynical is just like a massively popular YouTuber
Yeah,
in
he is.
general. So like, as soon as
He's-
he posts something obscure, it's gonna be found
Yeah.
like that.
True. Some good ass shit. I recommend watching it if you have 7 hours to kill.
I
I'm
usually
gonna have a
watch
dream about it. Like I'm gonna listen to it while I'm going to bed. And
the
just,
cold
like,
sweat nightmare. Pyrocynical is someone that I would see in a dream and then have a cold sweat over, to be honest. But normally
Yeah,
I
it
do.
makes me a little nervous.
Normally I do watch his videos, but I saw that video and I saw the precursor video that he uploaded to that, where he's like, I had this video coming out. It's fucking 7 hours, and I was
Oh
like,
my
oh
God.
yikes! And I saw him upload it, and I was like, I don't have time for this.
Just watch it in chunks, you know.
It's literally longer than Dune.
You wanted to watch the fucking director's cut, which
But
is
that's only
5
5 hours.
I want to watch the regular Dune and then the director's cut back to back. What's wrong with that?
That's 8 hours of Dune, bro.
And it won't be enough.
I'm all Duned out. Do you guys watch? What other video essay channels do you watch? Like Solar Sands and Lemimo?
I watch what's it called? Nerd Writer.
I haven't heard of him.
No, he's a pretty good one. He has a very nice editing style.
I recently have gone back and watched this because he hasn't posted in a year, but there's this Nakey Jakey on YouTube.
Oh my god, I
think I've
fucking
heard
love
of him.
Nakey Jakey.
He's so good. I love. Also, there's this one Leadhead. I've been enjoying their what's it called? Video essays. So yeah, a lot of fun. It's like a deep dive. It's an attempt at understanding the developers and the. It's basically a person internalizing their.
Developers of what?
No, let me rephrase it. Earlier on, it's more like the of the video essay writer themselves. It's the psychological understandings that they get from video games of like deeper meanings and stuff that's inside the game, and
okay.
it's.
Oh, I think there's a one called like Wisecracks or some shit.
I've seen that pop up in my recommended.
They have some good videos.
Yeah, I'll send you guys a link to that Leadhead thing if you're interested.
I'm interested.
And Anthony, you should watch Nakey Jakey. He's.
I think I've watched him. I'm not subscribed, but I've seen a few of his videos.
I think either Tyler or I posted it in the Discord once. So you might have seen it.
Yeah, maybe.
I think I did because
How
it's
long
like a
ago?
Red Dead, like his Red Dead 2 Rockstar's game design is outdated. They're around like 2 hours.
I gotta watch that. I liked Red Dead 2. I thought it was good.
Yeah, he
For
does like
half of it
he
that
does
I
a
played.
whole like breakdown of like why he thinks Red Dead 2 is like it's a great game, but Rockstar failed it essentially.
They also failed the definitive edition of
Holy
the original
shit.
trilogy.
Oh my god, dude! Literal polygons, and it's just
Yeah.
like it's too clean.
And they also like got rid of like glass breaking animations, which is
fuck?
like I don't know. It's
And
just
yet they
kinda-
managed to keep the same old shitty like fucking camera controls too. Like of all the things that you could
Yeah.
have fucked with, you chose everything else.
Like that's a port. That's not a remake. That's
Yeah.
not a remaster. That's not a definitive edition.
It would have been crazy to get like a GTA 5 like San Andreas. Like that would have been
Yeah.
insane.
That would have been neat.
That's
yeah.
what
that
everyone
would've
was
been
hoping
crazy,
for,
yeah.
but then they didn't do anything
Because
like
I mean,
that.
like it's been fucking how many years since GTA 5, and then you do this shit. It's like, what have you been working on?
Yeah.
Well, they don't want to do anything that hinders GTA Online
Yeah,
success.
they're milking it. They're milking that cow.
yeah. Like releasing Skyrim again. Fucking shit's ridiculous. Oh, speaking of video games, back when we were talking about fucking Halo Infinite multiplayer, I think it's kind of funny that Microsoft releases it on Steam too.
Yeah.
Like they know that if they
That's where the
release it on their
players are.
platform, they're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Like they understand.
I think it's still their servers.
Yeah,
but
it is.
It's you're right. It's the fucking Xbox app is so dog shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've talked about
Dude,
this
we
before.
talked about it in the
streamline
last
that
podcast.
shit.
It's so bad. We spent an entire 10 minutes complaining about
so bad.
it. But
Xbox
yeah,
fix your shit.
yeah, honestly, fix your shit. This is your second reminder.
Yeah, I'm triggered. The
You're-
fact that you haven't responded to our first podcast, that's telling. That's telling the kind
You're
of
gonna have to
company you
flip
run,
your
Bill.
card to red.
Out of our
Bill,
20
you
viewers,
sick fuck.
Microsoft isn't one of them. I find that unlikely.
Hard to believe. Yeah.
Bill Gates is like crying. He's gonna have a nightmare
He's
too.
crying and shitting right now,
Yeah,
dude.
he's listening to us while he sleeps right now.
Huh, Bill?
Wake up, Bill.
Fucking sick
Bill,
fuck.
wake up.
The whole rollout for the GTA, like the new definitive editions, are just it solidifies Rockstar as a kind of a shit company in
Yeah,
like
they've
modern times.
downhill.
Maybe, yeah. They're. I don't know if they're on the shit list. They've just had some pretty bad releases. Because like
I mean, this has also
like,
been going on since like GTA 5 was released.
yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know because they released Red Dead 2. When was that? Like 2018.
But then they didn't
2019?
support it at all.
Yeah.
They support Red Dead Online. They still
Mildly.
They have events and shit, and they do that.
They have
But
like
it's-
one
it's just-
PR dude.
GTA
on that.
Online is just already more popular. It's probably hard. Like they didn't want to split their player base or some shit. You know what I mean? Or if it did split the player base, then they would support it
Dude,
more,
anyone
you
who
know?
plays GTA 5 online is probably just in it for GTA RP.
Yeah, probably. But that's still supporting Rockstar. You know what I mean?
It's fair. Yeah, that's true.
You gotta love their RPers.
Yeah. Those RP servers get fucking weird. I always get this shit in my TikTok where it's this guy just trolling in like RP servers, and it's just so cringe.
I've only seen one GTA RP TikTok, but now that we're talking about it next to my phone, I'm gonna get a lot more.
Yeah.
But like I got this one TikTok of like this bike cop pulling over a dude, and he just like does a backflip off the wall. I'm like, yeah, okay, that was pretty good.
Wow, maybe I should do GTA RP.
I can be a racist. Finally.
I get the role play of racist. I'm method acting. You can't ban me for saying that, admin. Come on.
Look at my guy. It's his backstory.
Oh my god.
He's supposed to be racist.
He's supposed to be.
The
Look at
whole
where he grew up.
the whole thing with like them supporting Red Dead 2, I mean, it kind of makes sense that they didn't push it as hard as they did something like GTA Online because of what you said, Anthony, where it kind of it starts to split the player base. But it's like with releasing a game also as good as Red Dead 2, you know, in accordance with Red Dead 1, which is like everyone's favorite game, or
Red Dead
most
was
people's.
sick.
Fucking Red Dead Online reminds me of Vindictus. And like the entire management that happened with that. Same shit where just like you have this company Nexon which releases like a bajillion games every second. Like they made CS:GO Zombies as their own like standalone game thing.
Okay, yeah.
And so it's like
I know I heard Nexon before.
yeah, but they just release a billion games, and so it's like pick of the draw whether or not you get like good staff to keep the game alive.
Yeah, right.
Basically, all they're doing is they're funding them to keep the game open as long as it brings in money, and then they just close it down if it doesn't make
Well, yeah,
enough
it's
money.
a business expense. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's not really like a passion project.
Yeah, so they just do not care, and it's like, I feel like that's Red Dead Online. Fucking Rockstar like put the fucking trainees on it.
Yeah.
And
It also like, to be honest, there might be more of a draw towards like cars and guns, or like cars and jets and shit versus like horses and carriages. You know what I mean? I know Red Dead, like the original Red Dead Online, like with Red Dead 1 was like pretty popular. Like there was a lot of people playing it. Yeah,
dude.
it was really fun. But but GTA 4 multiplayer was also popping off at the same time. You know what I mean? Like still a fuck ton of people played that in RP servers too.
With a game that I guess cherished by the community of Rockstar, it's just kind of sad to see them not care as much very explicitly about it.
Yeah.
It's like look at what Red Dead 2 got versus what GTA Online got, you know.
Yeah,
and maybe
GTA Online is their baby right now.
and it holds a lot of truth saying that, you know, there's going to be a lot more people going for GTA Online, which means that, you know, they're going to want to support it more. But even then, it's like if you're gonna Red Dead 2 still has quite a large player base. Maybe not anymore because of how they treated, but definitely at launch it was like the game to talk about.
Yeah.
So for them to
They could have capitalized on it.
Yeah,
Probably.
to delay the multiplayer, which is like already all right. It's not that big of a deal. But then
They did it with GTA 5, so.
Yeah, that's also true. But they were waiting for. They also did that with the PC version as well as the same thing that they did with the Red Dead 2.
Because I think they want you to play the story.
Maybe. I don't know, actually. It could just be like a symptom of crunch, and they just like kind of hammer out the multiplayer after, like as an afterthought.
That's fair. Like
Still
with
not
the,
a good
with the code
practice.
that they
No,
had.
absolutely not. I'm just saying like what it is, you know,
Yeah.
or what it might be.
Which is just, I guess, another fault in the way that they rolled it out and everything. I mean,
Nakey Jakey talks about this too in his video essay, so definitely check it out.
shout out Jacob Jacob.
Who hasn't posted in a year? Come back, please.
He's doing music now, I think.
Is
Really?
he? Good for him. But
What kind of
still,
music?
When you got free time.
I don't even know because I only heard the one song. It was like the first single that he released. It's kind of poppy. It's a little bit rappy. He doesn't necessarily rap, but it's more like a lo-fi pop kind of deal.
Interesting.
I
Spoken
can't really
word.
describe it, but pop, like maybe alternative pop. That's probably the best way to describe it.
Interesting.
I haven't seen what he posted recently, but he's been trying to focus more on music.
Interesting. Good for him.
Damn, him
Expand
and
his
Hans Zimmer
horizons.
really popping
Him
up.
and Jacob X Hans Zimmer collab.
Dude, that would be
God.
crazy.
All right, podcast is over.
Bye.
No. No, wait.